Alright, so emergency podcast. In case if you guys have been living under a rock for the last 24 hours, you may or may not have heard the news already. So in case if you bumfucks have never heard the news, we're recording. So, Andrew Luck has announced his retirement from the NFL, sending shockwaves throughout the world of sports and throughout the NFL. Jesus Christmas, Ryan.
To some fucking shit or what?
This is for you. This is for you, T-Dog. It's for you.
Yeah, we have Kyle is joining us. Fucking Jesus Christ. Ryan is from his dorm.
What's that in the background?
Nothing.
There's Ryan. We got Jason, who's here again. And we have a very, might I add, very depressed Tyler.
Your mic is fucked up.
Me?
Yeah, I can't hear shit.
Can't hear shit?
Nope.
Alright.
Yeah, you're a little.
How about now?
It's like 50-50 on my end. So what jersey are you wearing there, Danny?
Mark Brunell, Jaguars.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, they're now the favorites in the AFC South.
Somehow, but they are.
Tennessee?
Fuck Tennessee.
I mean, I agree there.
Yeah.
But Jacksonville has the best defense out of them, and the best defense in that division is most likely going to be the one that rises.
Yeah. Unless Houston somehow pulls something out of their asses.
Houston, without a left tackle or any offensive lineman, they're never going to put it together.
They're starting Matt Khalil at left tackle.
Schedule last season. Watson isn't meant to take the bumps he's taken, and you can see it. He's been out of many games already.
Yeah.
That shit.
Nobody's
Nobody's
meant to take that many fucking hits.
I mean, Luck is a bigger, tougher dude, and he couldn't take the hits that Watson's taking. And Watson has a very fucking short shelf life, unless they get an offensive line. They're done.
Yep.
Let's not bring up that argument because Luck did survive that shit.
It's a fucking miracle behind Seattle's offensive line that Russell Wilson did retire at 27.
Luck's whole first 6 years of playing, he was getting fucking mollywopped. They had
I'm aware.
For him.
I'm aware.
This man said mollywopped.
Yeah.
It's such a shame, too, because they just put it all together. They would have been a stacked team. They were my favorite in the South.
That would have been...
Championship game at minimum.
Probably, yeah. Probably. In a weak AFC? Probably.
I mean, I was really hoping for a Cowboys-Colts Super Bowl.
I mean, I still think they get smacked by New England. But
Well, yeah.
I don't
No.
know. I don't know. I don't know that this year that Indianapolis, with luck, they definitely probably would have beat New England. Definitely.
Probably.
In Foxborough?
In Foxborough?
I don't see it. Yeah, but you know what? When New England's ran into Indy, and how do you know it's going to be in Foxborough? Don't forget the AFC East with two quarterbacks in their second year is going to be a lot stronger.
Three quarterbacks.
Well, Rosen is yet to count.
All right, that's fair.
The Patriots always beat Buffalo. That's one thing. Not always. They're like 29-3. Yeah, but you know, times
Brady
change.
owns Buffalo.
Times change. Not lately. If you look at that Monday night game, he did nothing.
Brady 3 times out of 33 fucking games.
Yeah, but we're talking about
3
now.
times out of 33 games.
Times have changed. You got a top 5 defense now.
That's a slave shit right there.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
It is bad. We can admit that.
The Browns for owning them. The Browns have proven they're halfway decent at football. I don't think the Bills are there yet. I like the pieces they have, but I can't say, oh yeah, they're just gonna split with New England, and I can't say the Jets are gonna split with New England. And
No, you can't say that, but it's possible. It is it's more possible.
Oh, anything's
this year.
possible right now.
Yeah.
Didn't we come to the conclusion that New York will split with New England?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we came to that conclusion. Yeah.
So what makes the Jets better than the Bills that the Bills couldn't split with?
Apparently, people think the Jets.
Because it's based on when they play.
We had a whole podcast on this.
Kyle wasn't here for that, Tyler.
I wasn't there for this. I definitely would have changed your mind.
What was it? Week 6 that we had them losing at New York.
We
What,
had
the Patriots?
each of them winning at home.
But wait. So you're telling me the Jets with one linebacker healthy, active, which is Mosley.
Well, they have Jenkins.
Subpar
Jenkins
corners.
is two.
No pass rush is going to beat the Bills week 1?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Pretty easily.
How's that easily?
I'm pretty sure we went up top to bottom roster and compared, if I'm correct. And
Compared what?
It-
Buffalo is
it
a
was-
top 5 defense.
Tyler,
it was unanimous, I
Tyler,
think.
Kyle wasn't here for that episode.
I know he wasn't, but I'm just letting him know we in depth did this.
Yeah.
And like at first everyone was like, we don't know, and then we went in depth and we're like, oh.
Listen, I have no idea. I don't know what's going to go on with the AFC East. For all we
Where
know,
do you have the Jets roster better than the Bills though? At what positions?
Quarterback for one.
Running back.
what?
That's not proven.
Not proven at all.
It's not proven. I mean, I like Josh Allen,
Nothing's
but
proven yet.
Nothing's proven at all. You're saying
we're not saying it's
Wide
proven. We're
receiver
just saying
group. The Bills have a better wide receiver room.
They have a faster wide receiver room. I would know.
I mean, Cole Beasley has more catches than anybody on either roster.
Cole Beasley's also hot white trash. So
He's
one of the best slot receivers in the
You cannot
game.
keep going with that. We proved that last year in the first 6
He's
games.
one of the best slot receivers in the game. How is he hot white trash?
Yeah, right,
if he
that's
was
all y'all have.
first of all, okay, I'm
You
gonna
don't have a wide receiver one.
okay.
Was John Brown last year with Joe Flacco he was the leading receiver most of the year with Joe Flacco. When he got benched, Lamar Jackson couldn't get him the ball.
John Brown's
fact.
a
He was on
baller.
pace for 1,000 yards.
He was
Zay
on
Jones.
pace for way more than 1,000 yards.
Zay
He was on
Jones.
pace to like 1,300 yards. He had
Yeah,
600 yards by week 5.
What about Zay Jones? What about him?
Zay Jones is trash.
I love Zay Jones. That's my favorite wide receiver on that team.
He drops everything. What football games are you people watching?
I love Zay Jones.
He's 399 catches at ECU.
What?
He was the league leader in drops last year
He was?
by a country mile.
All right, I didn't see that one.
Like another
Okay.
year under his belt. He creates the most separation of anybody in that wide receiver room.
Okay, we'll move on. Running back, the Jets have the edge for sure.
Yeah.
What just
Depth wise or
Bell
talent?
compared to
Depth
before.
wise or talent?
For starter, the Jets. Depth wise, the Bills.
Depth wise, the Bills. Yes.
The Bills' running back
Now
room
let's
is
go
a
into
retirement home.
See, I like Singletary a lot.
Singletary's
Center and guards. Interior offensive line. The edges with the Bills. It's not even close.
yeah.
Tackles. The edges with the Bills. Deion Dawkins is better than what they have.
Yeah. And right
Ty
tackle too.
Ness and Cody Ford.
Cody Ford
is better than their
Cody
right tackle.
Ford was the best pick that could have happened to the Bills in a long
Okay,
time.
so offensive line goes to the Bills, correct?
Oh, Tyler left. He got pissed off.
All right, let's move to defense. Let's attack the safeties. The safeties
Wait, where's
are about
Tyler
a
at?
wash. They're a
I think
wash.
Tyler rage quit.
No, we didn't hear his story. Get him back on here.
God damn it. Hold on. Give me a second. Where is he?
I don't understand. Safeties are a wash. Corners go to the Bills.
Where is he?
Linebackers go to the Bills. Defensive line goes to the Bills. So how do you have the Jets roster better than the Bills? Ever.
Maybe
Like,
it's because
what's
it's a sexy pick. I have no idea.
Well, no. If you're
I
gonna
was
state-
torn.
if
I
you're
was
gonna
torn
talk-
between
If
it.
you're gonna talk and state things as facts, be able to back it up accurate.
Hold on. Imagine getting this emotional over an AFC team.
Oh my.
Excuse me, Mr. Cowboys.
Cowboys wouldn't know anything about fanhood. That's why.
All right,
The
all right.
Cowboys
All
lose,
right, all right.
Let's win the Super Bowl next year. That's the same. That's the same
All
thing. we've
right,
been for the
let's
past 20
let's
years.
tone it down here. All right, so
All right.
where are the Colts go from here with Andrew Luck? Did we talk about that yet?
We briefly talked about it, and then we jumped on the freaking AFC East for some reason.
That we did. Okay, Tyler quit. That's
Did he really?
yeah. Tyler's unavailable. Oh
man.
Is he
man.
pissed?
God damn.
Just just a quick announcement. Check on your Colts friends, people.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
They might need your help right now.
Yes.
All right.
I know I'm an
I don't think-
asshole sometimes, but
I don't think Taylor every text would be back.
Taylor has not responded to anything. No text, nothing. Apparently, he is alive and well, and he's tweeting from the Andrew Luck Stan account. But I haven't heard from him. So, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to hear that story.
I really want to
How
hear
we
that
found
story
out. 'Cause I
too.
remember I found out in the middle of watching the Canes play, and I about fucking shit because I just got text messages from two friends that they sent me their fantasy drafts, and both of them had Luck. And I'm like, oh shit! And I found out literally like 10 minutes later. So I'm going back and texting back, and I'm like, dude, Luck just retired. What the fuck?
Yeah,
It was
big
definitely
facts.
a what the fuck moment.
Right.
I mean, hell, it shut down the U Stadium, right? I couldn't.
Yeah,
have
you
gone.
did.
Yeah, it did.
Twitter went crazy too for a little while.
Right. I was on my bed watching the Florida game, and I had my phone on Do Not Disturb, and I just swiped down to see if I got any Snapchats, and it's like Adam Schefter is talking about Luck. It's like, okay. And I like click on it, and it's Luck retiring. It's like, are we sure this is like the real Schefter and not like Barry making a joke?
No, it was Shefty.
It's
I
like-
checked.
It's like,
I
dang,
checked.
he's gone.
Yeah, I thought it was a prank too. I was watching the same game, and it was
That was a good game, was it not?
It was a great game.
Yeah.
That was a
Hell of way to
funky,
start off
weird
college
game.
football.
Yo, did
I
you guys
thought
see
Florida was going to blow them out.
the Arizona
Yeah,
Hawaii
I thought.
game? Any part of that?
What grade is Khalil Tate? The Arizona quarterback.
This is his third year as a starter.
This is his third year as a starter,
Yeah.
so he's eligible.
Yeah.
First rounder? No. Am I
No.
drifting?
No.
Drifting? All right, drifting. Gotcha. All right.
Although he had a play, like the last play of the game, U of A was down 7, and like 10 seconds left or so, and he like rolls out to the right, and he was like a yard short of the end zone. So full on Titans Rams Super Bowl
Oh, really?
style.
Stop
yeah,
to
it was
the one.
depressing.
Shit. Fuck. That ain't good. I mean, what else is there to talk about other than Andrew Luck and the rest of
Lamar Miller tore his ACL.
Yeah, I mean,
sucks.
that confirmed
How
Melvin
many
Gordon
ACLs is that so far this preseason?
confirmed Melvin
It's in the
Gordon
double
trade.
digits, right?
I'd like to talk about Andrew Luck a little bit. I mean, that changed the whole fucking landscape of the AFC.
It did. It did.
And boy, what a break for the Jets and Bills.
Oh my god, yeah.
Huge break.
And for the rest of the AFC in general.
Yeah, I mean, it opens up a playoff spot.
It does. It really does. It opens up the entire division.
To think that the Colts will win anything more than 5 or 6 games is silly. It's silly.
What are you saying, 3-13?
I wouldn't be surprised. I'd say about 5 and 11, 6 and 10.
Will they be as bad as the 2011 team?
No, not as
No.
bad, not as
That
bad.
2011
All right,
team was.
run through
awful.
that schedule real quick. Run through the Colts schedule. Anybody got it up?
I got
Okay, so
it.
before we get to there's been 11 ACLs torn in OTAs in the preseason, which is a lot less than the last few years, which is good.
Really? But we
Yeah,
still have a week left.
Yeah, a weekend of game. That's true, but last year there were 29.
Oh, shit.
2017 there was 31. So that's like one a roster, and this year it's been one every division and then a couple extra.
2 games in the preseason, anyone?
What's that?
2 games in preseason, anyone?
Yeah, just
Yeah,
put 2 more games for
it'd be
regular
better if they cut it down.
Yeah. That the new CBA is gonna say differently.
See, I like the idea of an 18-game regular season. I know it messes with money. That's just me, like, as a fan, like, wanting to watch
No.
more football. But, yeah, I don't think it would work.
Alright, so if we were to fuck around with the AFC playoff picture now that Luck has retired, how would you go with this? Were we still going KC 1?
No.
Who's the 1 seed?
I have New England at 1.
Do what? I think Kansas City regresses, dude. Seriously.
Kansas City could regress horribly.
I don't think
Like,
everyone's
their defense is pretty bad,
Still bad.
to put it lightly.
Yeah.
And that offense is one-dimensional. Hey, Rach.
Hey guys.
Hi, Rach. Right, which Rach we talking about?
All Rachel.
Me.
Patriots Rachel. What
All
up?
right. Hi.
So now we have a southern accent in the room.
Yeah.
What's my accent then?
Texas.
Texas.
Is it
More
really-
Texas than anything else.
Ah, yeah,
Rachel, you
well,
didn't miss a lot. You really didn't miss a lot at all.
All right, so I got the Colts schedule here.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, week 1 in LA Chargers.
That's an L.
That's a loss.
Week 2 in Tennessee.
Overtime
Yeah,
loss.
That's a loss.
Overtime.
Yeah.
All right, that's a loss. But anyway,
Yeah.
Falcons in
Loss.
Indy.
Loss.
That's a loss.
Loss by
Raiders
default.
in Colts.
Raiders and Colts?
Yeah, I
That's
think they win that one.
All right, we'll give that one to the Colts, even knowing I think the Raiders will probably win. But
Me too.
next week, Chiefs. That's a loss.
a loss by default.
Texas and Indy. Maybe we'll give them their first win there against the Texans. But that's given. That's being very giving. Broncos in Indy. They're not winning that game.
The Broncos are
They're not a good football team, though.
They're
Denver?
not, but they're better than the Colts.
they're better than the Colts. That pass rush though.
Yeah, don't forget, Chad Kelly might end up winning this job too. By the way,
Chad Kelly's on the Colts, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he had a very strong preseason. Anyway, Colts in Pittsburgh.
Loss.
No way.
Dolphins,
loss even with
Colts.
luck.
Dolphins, Colts. I'll give the Colts.
So right off the bat, we're just going 3-13 right off the bat, right?
Jaguars in Indy.
Loss.
Jaguars. Colts in Houston. And then Titans. They play 3 division games in a row. That's not good for them.
No.
Buccaneers. All right, we'll give them that one. Then New Orleans.
That just should be a white flag right off the bat.
They're gonna get trashed. Panthers. They're gonna get trashed.
How
And
do you
then
how do you feel about
Jaguars.
the Panthers? I don't know.
Well, you know, if Cam Newton's
The
gonna be healthy.
Panthers are a better football team than the Colts right now without Andrew Luck.
Yeah. Yeah, they are.
They didn't have an easy schedule to start with.
No.
Are they going to be bad as 2011?
No.
Possibly.
No.
Possibly.
They have a much better roster than they did in 2011.
They have a much better roster than the 2011 Colts, let's be honest here.
I know they have a better roster, but they don't have better matchups. It's going to be tough for them to win more than 3 or 4 games.
Alright, so let's say in theory they get the number 2 pick in the draft. So it would be Cincy 1, Colts 2, Tampa 3. How would that draft go?
Are the Colts better than the Bengals right now if the Bengals get A.J. Green back?
Nah.
I don't think so.
So you think the Colts could potentially have the first pick in the draft?
I very much think that.
So that means tank for Tua?
Yeah, they went from suck for luck to tank for Tua.
Jesus.
What a shit friend. I'm still so sorry for that franchise.
I really do feel bad for them.
It's a
Well,
likable
they made the
franchise.
playoffs like 15 years in a row with Peyton and him, and they won.
Yeah.
They won a Super Bowl, so I don't feel too fucking sorry for them.
Nah. Knowing you probably wouldn't. But I do.
I feel the worst for Frank Wright.
Yeah.
That completely derails
He can
his
coach,
coaching
though.
career.
He can coach.
He's a great coach, but now it's like, what do you have to coach with?
All right, so let's assume if Chad Kelly wins the job for the Colts,
I think he's their best option.
he's their best option.
I think so. I think he's better than Brissett
All right.
by a little bit. I
Little
think there's
bit?
not going to be a lot of wriggle room. But don't forget who Chad Kelly is.
He's a mobile guy.
He's also the nephew of
Jim
one of
Kelly.
Frank Wright's best friends.
Jim Kelly.
Yeah, who he backed up his whole career.
Yep.
So there might be a little fucking favoritism. All right, Chad, you're the fucking guy now. Pull some magic like your uncle did.
We'll
It
figure
could-
it out.
It could very well go that way.
We'll figure it out.
I mean, we've seen Jacoby Brissett.
He's
We've
not-
seen him.
He's not
Jacoby
terrible.
Brissett is a 5-win quarterback. We know that.
He's not horrible, but He's a
He's
five.
not horrible, but
He's not a franchise
gonna
guy.
win
No,
you-
he's not.
He's not gonna win you games, and he can lose you games.
Yeah.
I was reading a thought. They were saying Hoyer might get it. Like Hoyer was
Hoyer?
the second.
Is he still around?
Hoyer. Huh?
Hoyer's
still
still
around?
around. He's with Sam. He's with.
Yeah.
He's not with Sam. No, he's not. He was with the Patriots. He was with the Patriots.
Yeah. They were talking about dropping him though.
For who?
I don't know. It was on Google this
Would
morning.
you? Oh, for Stidham. They were dropping for Jared
Yeah,
Stidham.
yeah. They were going to keep Stidham and drop Hoyer. Keep it 53.
Well, they have to keep Stidham.
53.
He have to keep him.
Yeah. For a second.
So that's actually not a bad idea. That's Kyle. What do you think of that? Brian Hoyer on the Colts?
I'd go with Brissett over them.
Yeah, I mean, Hoyer's not as good as Brissett or Chad Kelly, to be honest. I mean, he is, I guess, but he's not he's an emergency type quarterback.
He
He's
had
not,
a really good year. He had a really good couple of years in Cleveland. Really good 2 years in Cleveland.
when he was younger, I guess, and were they really good?
It was a system, let's be honest here.
Was it 2014? He was all right.
2013, 2014, yeah.
For how long? A 5-game stretch?
Well, he played 5 or 6 games in 2013 before he shred his knee up.
Okay.
And then 2014, that was the
Nico
Manziel.
Alonso hit, by the way.
Yes, and in 20, good memory. And in 2014, that was the Johnny Manziel year.
Yeah, so he is a spot villain. He's not a fucking I'm going to turn the keys over to you type of
Fuck,
guy.
bring back Manziel.
Can we?
Hold on,
Yeah,
hold on.
let's be honest here. Can we go back to that draft, the 2014 draft? Why the fuck was Johnny Manziel picked so fucking high? If Johnny Manziel wasn't,
Heisman Trophy.
if Johnny Manziel wasn't a frat boy fuck up, let's be honest here. Johnny Manziel doesn't go in the first round. If Johnny Manziel wasn't,
What we know now.
yeah, we know now who the fuck he is. He's a druggie. He's a druggie.
He was a druggie. He was a druggie. And
He
Tyler
still
Bates-
is.
Yeah. Jerry
Biggest-
wanted him so bad, I almost cried at that draft.
Yeah.
Because we were coming up, and I swear to God, I thought he was going to pull the trigger. Like,
Jerry would have, and Jerry would have.
Yeah.
fucker.
I don't
Thank
think
God for
I don't-
Stephen Jones.
I don't think
Jerry
Johnny
loves him.
Manziel is a bust in the terms along like a Jamarcus Russell
Or
or
RG3's first 3
or an
years.
RG3 or someone in that aspect, only because he went to the Browns in such a bad team, in such bad conditions. Him having off-field issues already and putting him in a fucking town like Cleveland where he's destined to fail, and I don't know. It just didn't. It rubbed me wrong that he went to Cleveland. I think if he went to the Cowboys, he might actually have had a career and a
All right.
chance.
How about this? If he went to the
Okay.
What if he went to the Patriots?
Cowboys fan.
What if the
So I'm
Patriots were
looking
dumb
at the-
enough to take him?
So I'm looking at the 2014 first round, and there's 4 guys that no longer in the NFL. 2 of them were drafted by the Browns. One of them is Calvin Pryor, and then one of them is Ryan
Justin
Shazier.
Gilbert. Justin Gilbert.
Yeah.
remember
Let's
him.
take a moment to just acknowledge how bad the Browns had that year.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Ladies, but-
after Gilbert, the next, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players made a Pro Bowl, and 3 of them were first-team All-Pros: Aaron Donald, Kyle Fuller, Zach Martin. And then after they
Good
took Manziel,
God.
D. Ford, Pro Bowler; Jason Verrett, 2 picks later, Pro Bowler; and then Bridgewater, 32nd pick, was
Whoa,
Pro
whoa, whoa!
Bowler.
Justin Britt was picked after Manziel.
Who?
Justin Britt, you said?
Oh, Jason Verrett.
Jason Verrett. Okay, I heard Justin Britt. I was like, what?
What was it last time? $5 fine for messing the name up? Your turn.
Ah, fucking hell.
Yeah, I think it's Kenny Britt that you're thinking of too, not
Fucking
Justin
hell.
Britt.
Justin Britt. Yeah, Justin Britt
Damn it,
was
Rach.
after Manziel, but he was in the second round.
I got $3. I owe you 2.
I don't forget much.
Fuck you too.
So what's this mess up the name thing?
Oh, it's a fine system I play with. It's a fine system I play with a few of my buddies. That if oh, you mess a name up wrong, you put like $5 in a jar, and you have the opportunity to win that money during the Super Bowl if you bet the team right, and if you bet the score closest to the final score, you win all the money.
On the last podcast we all did, y'all said a name, and I thought you said Tariq Hill, and he told me I owed $5 for messing up the name.
So we should all get a jar, like a spare, like I don't know, like a mason jar or some shit, and you don't touch that money, even if you're like dirt fucking poor. Don't touch that money. Don't touch that money.
Okay.
Is that good? Like, Kyle, is that a good idea?
Okay. I'll have to find some sort of jar, but yeah.
I can, so I have plenty of them.
Yeesh.
You can, don't you? Of course you can. You're from South Carolina. You can everything. Potatoes, tomatoes, pickles.
Wait a minute. How is Louisiana in the Southwest?
Louisiana is not in the Southwest.
Yes, it is.
They are for the Little League World Series.
Oh, for the Little League World Series? That's going on?
Yeah, it just
Well,
ended.
technically, if you know,
It is Louisiana is in the Southwest.
Yeah, the Mississippi
What?
separates east and west, right?
Yeah, it's Southwest.
Midwest. Yeah, so I guess you can
Okay.
east and west.
Wait, that's good. Wait a minute.
The Mississippi separates east and west.
Where's the map? I gotta get a map.
I mean, yeah, it's true that the Mississippi
The
River
fucking
technically
motherfucking
separates.
the Gateway Arts, whatever the fuck it's called in St. Louis. That's the gateway to the fucking west. It's right there.
It is.
It's in the southeast. It's southeast. Southwest is Texas going to California.
All right.
All right, so we were all wrong. $2 each of you. I feel like this could be a great idea, but a horrible idea. If like the entire U Stadium community and our group of friends does a fine system, that'd be horrible.
Yeah.
Be horrible.
22.
Well,
Hell,
Kyle, if we include the rest of the guys in this system, bad idea or good idea?
I mean, it's a good idea. Someone would be happy at the end of it.
I mean, probably. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, then. Because there's guarantee we're going to fuck shit up.
Yep.
Fucking Josh Gordon is back with the Patriots. As of today.
We'll see how that pans out.
We'll see how that fucking pans out. But
Here's
Jesus.
the only question with that: will he be arrested or suspended first, or just quit? Which of the three?
Suspended.
Because you know he ain't getting a full season in.
I
No.
really hope he does, though.
I
Oh,
hope.
fuck him. I hope he fucking
I wouldn't be mad
give me
at
a
it.
break. What is good about Josh Gordon?
He's a deep
Talk
threat.
about fucking wasted talent.
You want to talk about wasted talent? Justin Blackman. Remember him?
Who?
Yeah.
Remember Justin
Lordy,
Blackman?
Lordy. Oklahoma State, top 5 pick.
By the Jaguars, yeah. Good God, if Justin Blackman was still around in today's NFL,
He
holy
had
shit.
865 yards as a rookie.
In how many games?
16. He started
16
14.
games. I thought it was something like 8 games, he had like 800 something yards.
You might be thinking of Josh Gordon. He led the league in receiving in just 14 games.
Yeah. He led the league in receiving in 14 games.
1646, which was on pace for, if my math is, it would have been like the second highest.
It would
of
have
all
been the
time at that
second
point.
highest in NFL history, only to Calvin Johnson.
Yes.
That's insane. Okay, so Calvin Johnson. Speaking of receivers with elite talent, if Calvin Johnson wasn't on Detroit, what the fuck happens to him? Does he still get all those yards? Like if he was,
They threw the ball a lot.
if he was on the
Yeah.
Patriots, for example,
Stafford had 700 pass attempts the one season.
he had like
Yeah,
5,000
that's a
yards
lot.
in 2011. Yeah.
Oh, he had 200 targets in 2012.
No matter what offense Calvin Johnson would have been on, he would have been the central focus of it.
And 5 touchdowns on 200 targets.
Yeah, he was.
That's
He had
stupid.
16 the year before, and then he goes to 5.
God,
It's generational talent.
fucking
He is.
horrible fucking quarterback.
Hall of Famer.
How does he get paid so much?
Stafford?
Yes,
Because he's a quarterback.
He's a fucking
Yeah,
quarterback.
I could be a quarterback. God damn.
Ask Derek Carr that same question.
Hey, Derek Carr would have been good. He got fucked.
God's sakes, ask fucking Case
Wait.
Keenum.
What
He got
excuse does
$15
Derek
million
Carr
per
have?
year.
Dude, he
What
got a fucking
excuse does Derek?
horrible injury, and they haven't built a team around him either.
Yeah, they traded Matt.
Everybody's had every quarterback in the league has had a horrible injury.
Not my daddy.
Yet.
Brady, you
Yeah,
can't
Kansas
defend
City
that.
has
Brady
a
tore his
college.
ACL.
Wood, really quick.
What up? Brady tore his ACL in 2008. You can't defend Brady for that one.
Ooh, that was Bernard Pollard through.
Yes.
Go Pollard.
Yes.
That's my guy.
Sorry, Rage.
We're gonna see Brady retire sometime during this season. I
We
can promise you that.
watch.
You can keep hoping that's going to happen. I'm
It's
telling
not a
you,
hard
Alright.
year, it's a promise.
not
Because
happening.
if he makes it to November, the hot boys are gonna fucking fuck him up.
Let me tell you,
That's if he makes
Brady
it.
is going
If
to play.
he makes it to November, dude, if he makes it to November, he's gonna be in a wheelchair the rest of his life. That's all I'm saying.
He's going
That
to play for
motherfucker-
as long
we're
as
done with
Brett
Brady.
Favre played.
We're done with that son
Brett
of a bitch.
Favre played
He's
long enough to
fucking
bring
gone.
the fucking tip.
He can go. No,
Brady
he's
will
fucking.
play
We're,
that long.
we're taking
as
it upon ourselves as America's team to fuck Brady up.
He did just sell his house in Boston.
Yeah.
I did see that.
He did just sell his house.
But his wife makes more than he does, so it doesn't really matter. They can move where the hell they want to.
Absolutely, but he's getting towards the end. You can't think he's going to play
No.
forever.
He
No,
had
I
a decline. He had
I don't think he'll play forever. I mean,
No.
we've all got that hope that he'll be father time and play till he's 90. But I mean, whatever.
Not
One hit
me.
to the
Yeah,
head
he'll probably-
this year. One hit to the head this year might do it for him.
No.
Yeah. We already talked about this last time. He's got a shitload of fucking big boy defenses coming at his ass this year.
Yes,
Especially
he
in
does.
that division.
He's never
He's
seen
coming
the
to
defenses
Baltimore.
he's got until
Yeah.
now. He's never seen defenses like this.
He's in for a ride, dude.
Especially in that division. Holy
Although, even
shit.
with Baltimore, it's our secondary more so than our pass rush. We just blitz a lot.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Dallas pass rush is gonna just be nasty.
I don't play the
Yeah.
Patriots this year, but I can't say
Kyle
shit.
Williams. I think it's going to be way worse with Ed Oliver. Ed Oliver gets his hands on him. It's going to be a fucking rat for Brady.
Ed Oliver, defensive rookie of the year.
Can't wait. So ready for football. Oh my god.
Ooh, hot take
Is Bosa
central.
going to be healthy week 1?
Worse.
Hot take central. Does Ed Oliver have a bigger impact as Aaron Donald in that defense?
Whoa.
Does he? Does he? I'm saying does he? I'm not saying he does. I'm saying does he?
He's a rookie. I'm a Bills fan, but that's I can't expect that.
You sure about that?
He's going to be the
Out of
best
the-
defensive tackle in football. What are you, nuts?
No, I'm saying does he win defensive rookie of the year? Does he win defensive
In a
rookie of the year?
couple years, yeah, you could say he has a shot to do that.
Who's
I
who?
really like all of
Who's
those.
going to win defensive rookie of the year this year? Who's winning defensive rookie of the year this year?
Nick
Oliver has a
Bosa.
shot. Oliver has a real
Francisco.
shot.
Oliver's a great
You think
shot.
Bosa?
Yes, Nick
Bosa probably.
Yeah, he is. I think he's shoo-in.
There are three guys that can win defensive rookie of the year. Two of them are in the AFC East.
So Q and Ed Oliver.
And Nick Bosa, yes.
Yeah.
See, I think Q is probably a better prototypical defensive tackle than Oliver. But the reason Oliver has a better shot than Q is because he can get to a quarterback. And Q
He's a
stuffs
pass
up
rusher.
They have different jobs.
He's a pass rusher.
And Ed Oliver is a get after the quarterback type guy. Q is a you have to double me or you have no run lane.
We called when I was in high school, we called the pass rushing D tackle the 10.
Actually, Josh Allen.
It's a 2 and 3 technique.
Josh Allen with the Jaguars.
I think he has a decent shot.
Oh, if they move Josh Allen in like a Bruce Irvin role, put him at
Defensive
outside
tackles play
linebacker.
a two technique and a 3 technique.
All right.
And I also like Devin Bush in Pittsburgh a lot.
Okay, so there's 5 guys.
Now Oliver coming out, what makes him so intriguing is in college he played a 2 technique when he's a true 3, which means he was eating the double bodies. He was stopping the run and getting to the quarterback.
People had him
Now
as the
that his
number
job
one.
is to just be a 3 and disrupt and split the. His job now is to split the 2 tackles, go right through to the quarterback.
Yeah.
Not absorb it, but get through it.
And you have some good defensive line mates that can help him out too.
Exactly. Jerry Hughes,
Trent Murphy.
Starwood-Tulay looked great this preseason. I don't know what got into him. But
Harrison
he looked
Phillips.
a step faster.
Harrison Phillips.
He's not proven.
But
I love the kid, but he's not proven.
all right,
He's got potential.
he does. He's a big guy.
The biggest ceiling on the Bills' defense is Tremaine Edmonds by far.
Oh yeah,
He's
that
not
guy
even
can move.
21 yet, and the guy's a fucking monster.
That guy can move.
He's not even legally allowed to drink.
Yeah. He's getting all the free drinks in Buffalo.
He's a sophomore 20-year-old in the NFL. It's never happened. He's the youngest NFL player in history.
Not wrong about that one.
Tremaine Edmonds or Terrell Edmonds?
Terrell Edmonds is on the Steelers.
Okay.
Tremaine Edmonds. It's like Shaquille and Shaquem.
Yeah. So Edmonds turned 21 in May. That's insane. And
Yeah.
there were only 2 guys drafted this past year that are 20 years old. At the time of the draft, at least.
Yep. Who's the second one?
Any guesses on them? 20-year-olds that were drafted in the
20-year-olds that were drafted before?
Yeah, but Tremaine was
Is
drafted
it
when he was
Winston?
18, I believe.
Is it?
Shit.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Williams?
Tyler, what's up? Where you been, man?
Do what?
His name.
What's up? Where you been?
Oh, y'all know I work nights.
What?
I said, y'all know that I work night shifts.
That's
My bad.
true.
Oh, let's hear this story. Let's hear this story. I
Yeah,
wanna
let's
hear
do
how
this
you heard.
story. We got everyone here. Let's do dying currently.
What are you
What's up?
Dude,
Where's
what?
this story? What about the story you told us about? Where you're going to tell us?
How I found
I need some
out.
soft, sweet backing music.
How I found out that Luck retired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it was terrible. Dude, I was like, hey, football season started, like I got a bunch of friends together. We all went out to a bar, went and watched the Miami game, like first half. After the first half, my friend's like, hey, you wanna go back to my house and like we can all like play games and shit. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So we're over there, we're like finishing the game. It's a good game so far. And I'm like, oh man, I literally said, I'm so glad football season's back. And my phone's on Do Not Disturb. And I see at the bottom of the ESPN headlines, it says, like out of nowhere in like red, Luck to retire. I said,
Man.
my face is like, right after I said, I'm so glad football season's back. I said, what the fuck? And like, I checked my phone. I got a whole bunch of texts. I got Ryan texting me, Ellie texting me, Blaine. Everybody's like, are you okay? I'm like, no.
No.
I'm like, what the fuck? I was having like the best day of my year just because football season's back, and I don't even have any interest in the season anymore. I'm like, man,
You will. You'll get it back.
I will.
Oh God.
Man.
We have breaking
Yeah.
news.
What?
Seattle's involved in talks with the Houston Texans about Jadeveon Clowney.
What was y'all doing?
Say goodbye to Metcalf or Baldwin.
Metcalf ain't going. Baldwin's retired, so
I mean, or who else is your fucking guy?
Lockett.
Oh, I can't imagine them getting rid of Lockett.
I can't
Why would they
imagine
get
that.
rid of a wide receiver?
You can't,
Because
no.
that's what
If
the
anything,
Texans are
okay, so
asking for.
if anything, they would trade Jermaine
Hold
Ifedi,
on.
who's their right tackle.
They
No,
need-
they want a
need
wide
offensive
receiver.
line.
Why would they want a wide receiver?
They want
That's
offensive
the
linemen.
report. Look at the reports. All the
Okay,
reports
yeah.
are saying they want a wide receiver.
Okay,
They need
I'll
an
give him
offensive
David
line.
Moore. How about that? I'll give him David Moore.
But that's why the Texans are so fucking dumb, because any logical person would be like, you need an offensive lineman, trade for a lineman, but all the reports are saying they want a third wide receiver.
Jesus,
They have
That's stupid.
Perkins.
they have
and,
weapons. What
I'll
the
show
fuck?
you.
Hold on, no. I know the trade. I know the trade because Lamar Miller just tore his ACL, right?
Okay.
Okay, who's y'all's
Chris Carson?
Who's y'all's fourth?
Timeout.
There's no way
Timeout.
you're trading Carson.
Timeout.
You give him your left tackle, Pro
No.
Sykes, and some bum wide receiver.
We're not giving them
And
Dwayne
then,
Brown again.
What?
We have their left tackle, Dwayne Brown.
Well,
That's
that's what
funny.
it comes to. That's what it comes to.
There's
No.
no way.
No.
No way.
I'll give him Zay Jones and Ty Nesk.
You got me.
I'd do it.
You got me there. All right, so this brings up an interesting question. So, if my thoughts are correct, the Houston Texans are thinking about the Deshaun Watson contract, which is rapidly approaching very soon. So, you would have to think, well, we know Clowney's going to get traded.
Watson's not getting a record-breaking contract.
He's
or
not,
anything
but
like
the
that.
gear in my head is turning. Would they dare trade J.J. Watt?
They should.
Look
Dude,
at that
he is the
contract.
face of that
Look
city.
at that
Yeah,
contract.
no way.
I need you to hear me out. I need you to hear me out when I say this. Look at
Well,
that
let me tell you
contract.
something. J.J. Watt's still better than Javadian Clowney.
He is.
So why would you pay Clowney and get rid of Watt?
Well, here's the interesting. Clowney's gonna want, the Frank Clark contract, which is $20.5 million per year over 5 years. He's not fucking getting it. J.J. Watt is getting paid $45 million per year over the next 3 years. Do the math. That's $15 million per year.
Yeah, but it's not.
So
That city would riot.
that city.
Yeah,
would-
it's not. He's more than just a fucking numbers magician. The guy's still an immense talent, and he means so much to the team and city. You can't rip the heart out of that defense.
J.J. Watt is the best. J.J. Watt's the greatest player in Texans history. No debate.
Yeah. This man had 16 pass deflections as a defensive end.
I wouldn't do it. I would not trade for J.J. Watt.
Let me look into this.
Lord have mercy.
Wait, you say you wouldn't trade for J.J. Watt?
No one would trade for. I don't think if J.J. Watt were on the market right now, you would say it best, Jason. The city of Houston would fucking riot.
He did have 16 sacks last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Coming off
And-
injury, too, right?
Yeah, he played 8 games between 16 and 17, and now he's on. So he had 20 and a half in 2012, 10 and a half in
What a
2013,
fucking
20 and a half
contract that is.
in 2014, 17 and a half in 2015, and
Okay,
then 16
so
last
it's
year.
guaranteed
And he led the league
Clowney's.
in forced fumbles.
It's guaranteed Clowney's getting traded because they are not paying over J.J. Watt's contract.
We're talking about a guy, Javadian Clowney, who's never gotten more than 10 sacks in a year.
Yeah. So let's think of the realistic options for Clowney. You gotta think, okay, 3-4 outside linebacker, 4-3 defensive end. People are
They're gonna do the 3-4 out.
watch.
Outside linebacker.
Okay, so that excludes Philly. So my first thought is the Giants.
Well, that doesn't exclude anything because he could do either one.
My thought's the Giants.
The Giants run a 4-3, don't they?
3-4.
Do they?
They do.
Ugh, no wonder they've been bad.
Yeah.
I like the fucking 3-4 shit.
Yeah, but the
Of course
Giants,
you like
every successful defense the Giants ever had was a 4-3.
You're right.
Lawrence Taylor, Giants ran a 3-4. With Belichick?
And I know they in that Bills Super Bowl they had like a 2-5 thing to stop the short passing, and Thurman Thomas ate them alive.
Yeah. Thurman should have been MVP of that game. That's a fucking travesty he wasn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's
But-
like shoot.
So,
Wait, do we know
Here's,
for sure
here's the
if-
thing, too. What do you guys think of the Colts fans booing Luck off the field?
horrible.
Terrible.
That was dirty.
I guess I'm going to be the outlier
Terrible.
here and say.
Call me crazy, because when Norwood missed that field goal, there were 25,000 fans greeting him, telling him it was okay. We're never mad at him. But and this guy gave you all that, and you boo him off the field. What the fuck was up with that? I don't understand that.
I think it was the timing of. I think it was.
It's got to be emotions.
Absolutely.
It was the timing of it. I mean,
Yeah,
think,
Tyler called me and I couldn't string together 2 or 3 sentences in a row.
But they didn't even know. They didn't even really know yet why he was retiring.
He's been wanting to retire.
I mean, I don't agree with.
Well, that's not true because he said he's shown no signs.
He should have quit in the off season.
He's never said that he's getting worn out.
And
Well,
now
he never
he's
said it, but you can-
Something was up then.
Fuck that.
Something was up, that means. Something had to be up. Where, all I gotta say is, where are the fucking pictures? There's gotta be pictures involved in here, or the XFL's calling. Kyle, you texted me that. What if he goes to the XFL?
That was kind of just
That was funny.
That's just bullshit, but that would be crazy.
That would be nuts.
Imagine if he went and played in his dad's league instead. That would be so bad for the NFL.
That'd be horrible.
Speaking of the XFL, so I wrote an article about the logos and their team names.
So he,
What do you guys think about them?
Terrible.
Eh.
Yeah, I think it's fucking stupid. I'm gonna watch it though.
Big facts.
Particularly with the Bandits.
I'm gonna watch the fuck out of that.
The
shit.
Bandits.
But
Yeah, it's the Dallas Bandits or whatever we're calling.
Dallas Renegades.
Oh, is it Renegades? Whatever, same shit. Yeah. Renegades.
Jadeveon Clowney of the Giants, what do you think?
no, it says there's a lot of teams that are after him. The Houston Texans say they want a receiver. They want another to go with Hopkins.
That's stupid.
They have two
That's-
guys.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
Fuller and Kuti.
Yeah, they have two other
Fuller's
guys.
coming off an ACL.
QT is good.
So
If I was
what?
watching, I'd demand a trade.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what they're saying.
Hey,
That's
hold
what
on.
they're saying.
Y'all don't think that they would trade Clowney within the division, do you?
Yeah, they fucking would.
No. Ooh.
If they're dumb enough to trade him and not trade him for an offensive lineman, yeah, they can trade him.
Okay.
For
What
That's-
if, what if the
Okay.
What if the Colts gave up Deion Kane and a second? You think they take it?
Oh, the Colts are stealing that one.
Yeah.
This-
I mean, there are a couple options. The Giants immediately come to mind if I'm New York and I'm desperate for a pass rusher.
I mean, I've heard him
Who
linked
would
with
the Giants
Baltimore, but I don't really want to trade anyone for Clowney.
Who would the Giants give up?
If I'm the Giants, I'm Dave Gettleman trying to make a splash. Let's be honest here. You want to win with a rookie quarterback. You want to win with a
Wait. Could you trade Solder?
probably.
Solder for Clowney straight up?
Probably. I mean, hold on. Who? Let me pull up the Giants roster real quick.
They got
So
Sterling Shepard.
Chad Wheeler would be Wheeler's their backup left tackle. It would be
But they're not shopping for a offensive lineman.
if the Giants were to pull off this trade. If Nate Solder for Jadeveon Clowney were to pull off would be the trade. Chad Wheeler from left tackle to right tackle. Be Chad Wheeler, Will Hernandez, John Halibo, however the fuck you pronounce that name, Kevin Zeitler, and Mike Remmers.
The Giants already have so many
That's
problems
good.
with the offensive line. They trade away.
I don't know. It's it's a weird trade. Be a weird deal. But you look at their linebackers, which are it would be Lorenzo Carter, B.J. Goodson, Alec Ogletree, and Jadeveon Clowney if this trade were to be pulled off. You can't tell me this is not a better defense.
I don't think the Giants are even in the picture in this.
All right,
I'm listening. To the Giants.
3-4 defenses. Let's see here.
I already did. No,
Tampa?
Tampa?
Tampa runs a 3-4. Nah,
Well,
that's
they just got Sue, right? And they got
okay.
in the middle
Fuck
of their
Tampa Bay then.
defense.
All right, so
I'm sorry. I made myself. But now you're talking about who did David
What you doing, Rachel? Making a sandwich?
Husband, shut the hell up.
Thought you were your cousin.
My husband.
what if we're gonna go like? Okay,
Put it
Make
on
the
mute.
sandwich real quick.
all right. So what if we were to go like in the NFC, specifically in the NFC, the teams that run a 4-3?
I don't know where you're going.
Who would you go with?
There's a mute button right there, H.
Hey, wait, first of all, I'm not saying anything about the Seattle's in the mix on this.
Not worried about the mute button.
Seattle's reportedly in the mix, yeah, and that worries
That
me.
just break?
Well, if Seattle were to go strictly by draft picks, give me a second.
Wait, you talking about
If Seattle were to trade their draft
just
picks,
draft pick?
their draft picks. Give me a second. I gotta find. I gotta find it. Give me a second. Here they go. What the fuck?
What the shit?
Alright, so here we go. Here's Seattle's 12 draft picks in the 2020 draft. Assuming they don't sign any free agents. Well, so this is April 24th. So here are the draft picks. 1 first, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, 5th, 2 sixths, and 2 sevenths. And they got $20 million in cap space. The fuck was that? That you, Ryan? So, fuck it. Second and a fourth. I'll do it.
You're trading second and fourth?
I'll do it.
So you're saying Houston don't want to win then?
So, that's a huge... because you're banking on... Okay, so... I would trade... If in terms of draft picks, I would do a second and fourth. But if I'm going draft pick and receiver, I'm going third round pick and Jerron Brown.
But
Houston would say no to that trade.
They say they want a receiver.
They'd say no to that trade, though. That's a shitty trade. Getting a throwaway pick and a throwaway receiver? No, I'm good. That's what I'd say. Fuck
All right,
that.
so Kyle, if you were Seattle, who would you trade to the Texans for Jadeveon Clowney? Let's say in theory.
Tyler Lockett is the only thing I think they want.
I don't think they would trade a guy.
That doesn't make any sense.
That wouldn't make any sense because
Look at all the
that's your deep threat.
It's not
But
just
they-
one guy. It's like everybody.
Yeah.
They do not want
just
a
one
wide receiver
guy.
one. Look, they don't.
This is
want
what
a
they're
wide receiver.
asking for. It's getting leaked. The
They
GM,
don't
they want a fucking receiver.
But they don't want a number one wideout.
Oh my goodness.
I
Okay.
think they want to compliment to. They want to compliment to D-Hop.
They have one, Fuller.
That's Will Fuller. That's Will Fuller. They want.
And-
They're not going to have enough time to fucking pass.
I don't get it either. I don't get it either. I don't
Speaking
get
of
it.
not having enough time.
All right, so Ryan, who would you go with if you're Seattle? Who would you trade to the Texans for Jadeveon Clowney? Who would you go with?
Well, apparently, if the Texans are wanting a wide receiver, which I don't understand why. I guess David Moore, if I'm Seattle, I'd be fine giving him up. And then, like, a middle round pick.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on. I've got an idea. What about you give up Moore, Brown, a fourth, and then in return you get Clowney and
Kiki.
Kuti? Yeah.
Well,
All right,
based
so-
on the conditions of the trade, Clowney, wherever he goes, he's going to be sent somewhere where he's willing to sign a long-term contract.
Okay, so
That's true.
So with
Seattle's
that in mind, Houston now is going to want some kind of compensation. And
All right.
it can't be a fucking... They spend a first-round pick on him. If they really want to, they can sign him.
yeah, they have the cash to 45. They have 45 million in cash space. I don't know what's holding them up.
Well, it's not a position of need for them.
True.
So, I would say they're looking along the lines of either something that can help them immediately or a lower draft pick, maybe a second from somebody.
All right. What if
But-
I give up my right tackle, Jermaine Ifedi?
Ifedi?
Here's
Because
the thing, they don't want to
But why would you guys, as a contending football team, want to give up your right tackle going into the season?
we have a
Someone
backup
who's-
right tackle who showed up, has been pretty good, George Fant.
Did he win the job in camp?
He was the favorite to win the job over Ifedi.
Did he win it?
He didn't win it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or did he win? He lost.
Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing. One of those guys goes down the season. What happens then?
Exactly. Your most important thing is having a good backup for your offensive line, especially
All
in
right.
the center.
Yeah, you don't go and just
All right.
sell all
Look what
your
the Cowboys
depth
do.
off for a fancy name.
Right, I should know better because Max Unger.
If you're talking about Russell Wilson's livelihood and you're willing to trade parts of that away for your defense, which
Okay,
is something
so
you can sneak
what's
by
the
on
Tex?
hotel
Okay,
room.
so let's go over. What's the Texans' biggest need at this particular moment?
Offensive line.
Offensive line.
Left
What-
tackle.
one
Left
in-
tackle specifically. Left
All right,
tackle.
so let's go over the
Whoa,
Texans.
hold up. Couldn't they just trade, you could trade Clowney to Washington
for
for
Trent,
Trent
Williams.
Williams and, like, Doxson?
You wouldn't even need to give up Doxson.
You
They'd
wouldn't.
probably do that trade straight.
They would.
They would do that trade straight.
Yeah, they would.
But I don't think the Redskins want to trade Trent Williams away, especially with
That's true.
Didn't he
Haskins.
say? Didn't he
Texans
say he
wouldn't
was
need
gonna
him anyway. They got
Washington?
Montez Sweat.
What'd you say, Tyler?
I like Sweat a lot.
Didn't Trent Williams say he was never going to play another down for Washington?
Yeah.
He will not play.
Yeah,
this
but
year.
he said that
Yeah,
before and still played.
He would not play for the Redskins this year. He
He
would
said
not.
it before. He said it before.
Yeah, but
He's
this
not
is
gonna
different
do
though.
it.
This is.
This is like grudge.
It's always different until you don't get a paycheck.
Oh, that's what I
Always
said about
different.
Zeke. But look where we are. I mean, there's still a good chance that Zeke's not going to play. And I know his ass is hungry because he's missing those game checks from 2 years ago. But I can't rely on that
All right.
anymore.
I got Houston's roster up right here. So
Well, they're also still paying Alex Smith, so
they are. So here's
money might be in
the Texans here's the Texans offensive line. Titus Howard, left tackle. Senio Calamente, Nick Martin, Zach Fulton, and Central Henderson.
Central Henderson is the worst right tackle in football.
You said that about Jordan Mills not too long ago.
They both were terrible. I've seen it firsthand. They're fucking turnstiles.
So, right tackle. I still want. Okay, now that I don't think I would trade Ifedi on this if I'm being blown away. Like, okay, Clowney and another draft pick.
That whole line is terrible.
Yeah, they need
Maybe
coaching.
that's why they want another receiver. They know they can't build their whole line overnight. They
No.
know they're fucked.
This doesn't make any sense because you can have all the fucking receivers in the world if you don't have time to throw it.
So their receivers,
Maybe they're thinking he'll just run around and throw it up. I don't know.
their top
Maybe,
five,
maybe they're going to play with, like, fewer offensive linemen or something stupid.
their top five receivers as of right now are DeAndre Hopkins, Will Fuller, Kiki Kote, Vincent Smith, and DeAndre Carter.
Let's just say they'll be keeping tight ends and fullbacks and receivers in for protection. They're gonna have
Yeah.
extra guys
They
to
did
protect
just
them all
draft,
year.
I think they've drafted, like, 3 tight ends over the last 2 drafts.
They did.
But are they?
Yeah, they did.
Good blockers.
Jordan Thomas, Jordan Atkins, and Khalil Warren.
See, I like Warren a lot
Yeah.
from San Diego State.
Yeah. Ugh.
So,
I don't know.
The other day, I wrote an article about, like, my Super Bowl tiers, and I
Yeah.
had, like, a whole little spiel about Andrew Luck being the reason why the Colts were so high, and it was published today. So
Yeah.
that sucks.
Before yesterday, they were ranked what? The top 5 team in the NFL. Right?
Top 3. Top 3.
I had them at, minimum top 10. I don't remember where I had them in my power rankings, but
I think a lot of people
I can
had them
find
around
that.
at least top 5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I had them.
Today, where are they at?
Like 17, 18.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, look, we're still better than every team in the AFC East aside from New England. We're still better than Cincinnati. I mean,
Wait, who
Yeah.
are you better than?
Cincinnati and Buffalo, New York.
Wait,
Miami.
who's better than
Oh
Buffalo?
yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, Tyler, let's not get
You
into
guys are
this
gonna
now,
fight now.
please.
Wait, did you
Hold
you
on.
think the Colts are better
Time
than
out.
Buffalo?
Time out.
I know the
Time out. Time out.
I know that.
Did you think?
I would say whole
I love
check.
it.
No. Right now, I will put a whole check that we finish better than y'all this season.
Oh, I bet.
God damn!
Take that.
We got some money on the
Take
line
that.
here.
Okay.
Them's fighting words right there, people.
Oh.
I saw Jacoby Brissett get smacked around by us the first preseason game.
Oh.
If that's any.
All right, bro. Whenever y'all finish
Okay.
season 10 and we're 8-8.
The last time Jacoby played in Buffalo, they fucking.
Was that the snow game?
That was the snow game.
It was
That,
so
okay, that would
And we
have
should've
been a
won.
tie. Oh, that was such a pathetic game of football. A lot of fun, but oh lordy, that was weird.
Those were the Tyrod Taylor days. That was different.
Okay, so wait, what do we do if we split? What do we do if we split? If we both finish like 7-9?
I know the Bills are going to finish higher than the Colts. I think everybody here knows the Bills will be better than the Colts.
No.
I don't know.
Unless Andrew
I don't know
Luck
about
somehow comes. No, listen. If Andrew Luck comes
I wouldn't bet
if
any
Andrew
money on
Luck
it.
if Andrew Luck comes out of retirement, the bet's off.
He's not going to.
And so, well, that would have to be a stipulation of the bet, because if Luck is the quarterback of that team, they're better than the Bills. Without Luck, they are not even near them.
We are miles better than the Bills regardless.
Are you?
Okay, hold on. No, let me ask you something.
Who else here thinks this besides him?
Whoa, the Colts finishing better than the
they're
Bills?
pretty equal, to be honest.
Hell,
No,
yeah,
no,
the Colts
yeah.
are the
No,
Bills.
y'all, everyone just real quick. Last season, how many yards did Luck throw against y'all? Like 180, and that's it. And we beat the fuck out of y'all, like 38-3.
Was it 37-6?
Yeah, but with Andrew Luck.
37
Score.
With Andrew Luck.
37-5. Okay.
Andrew Luck threw for 180 yards.
It doesn't matter. He still managed the game around. You got to chase the guy.
Marlon had like 150.
Yeah, but without Luck there, you're gonna stack the box. You're not letting any rushing yards up without.
That's still a really good offensive
We
line.
ran the same exact offense with Jacoby in 17. I mean, we didn't score a lot of points, but you got to.
The Bills are also a better football team this year, hands down.
The
They
guy
were up
had
last.
6 days. Look, the guy had 6 days to run a playbook.
But wait a
and
second.
then-
Wait a
and
second.
decent.
The Bills
Now he's
also
been in for
have
3 seasons.
Josh Allen's in his second year now, sophomore year, which most quarterbacks make their jump. Also, they have more wide receivers, more offensive linemen added onto the defense.
Hold on,
How are they not better? They're better than they were
You
last
think, you think they have a better wide receiver room? Than
Got it on paper.
Cole Beasley.
I'd take T.Y. Hilton over everyone in the history of Buffalo.
Yeah, but I'm saying that it's still better than what the Bills had last year.
Yes,
No.
I agree with that.
Listen. T.Y. punched.
But that's one receiver. That's one receiver, and you don't got nobody to throw to that one receiver.
T.Y. punched.
Jacoby Brissett is not a winning
Harris
quarterback in this league. I don't care what you possibly are smoking to think that.
Alright, we're gonna end on that one.
All right, we're
Jacoby
gonna watch.
This is hilarious.
Oh, God.
Jacoby Ellsbury has better chances of winning games in this league.
All right, man. All right.
We're gonna Yankee player into that. It's on the top.
Jacoby
Alright.
Brissett
Alright.
is barely a backup.
What
Okay.
we got here is a couple of bad
Alright,
football
alright,
teams.
alright. That's
Shit,
enough for
it's
today.
hilarious.
We're gonna end the episode on that today because Kyle's about to blow a gasket.
What we got is a bad
We're
football team.
going to win
and
the
a worse
10
football
game.
Alright.
team. Do what?
I'm gonna end the podcast now.
And we went over your schedule
You're getting
for it.
it
Doesn't
now.
matter. So you're telling me you're walking into San Diego and beating the Chargers? I mean, the Los Angeles.
I had us losing to them anyway.
And the Chiefs.
Yeah, I was losing to them anyway.
We'll go through the schedule again then while you're here.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Week 1, San Diego. L. Week 2, Tennessee. W.
Los
Atlanta.
Angeles, that's a fine.
Wait.
You got the name wrong. You said San Diego.
$5.
That's $5. That's a
Wait, what did I
fine.
say?
We're gonna be here for a while.
He said San Diego. That's a fine.
Ooh,
Okay.
That is
should
a
be like
fine
that.
for
So
Tyler.
you think you're beating Tennessee and Tennessee?
Yes.
Okay. You're
I
beating
know, I
the
know.
Falcons. You're beating the Falcons?
We're losing to the Falcons.
Okay. You're beating the Raiders.
We are beating the Raiders.
You're beating the Chiefs?
No.
Okay. Texans?
Yes.
So you're gonna go 2-0 in your division right off the bat. You're thinking?
We're probably hold on, let me think. We'll probably go 4-2 in the division. We'll probably split with Houston and split with Jacksonville.
I think you guys split with Tennessee too.
I see you taking out Houston completely. I see you splitting with Tennessee and splitting with Jacksonville.
I do not see us winning less than 6 football games. I don't see Buffalo winning more than 8. So, I mean...
All right, okay. So you do have... So you said...
I got... Hold on. I'll give you what I have here.
And silence.
Yeah, I know.
I got you at 9 losses already.
7. And how many do you have? How many do you have y'all getting?
We have an easier schedule than you do.
Buffalo's going undefeated, obviously.
They're going to lose to the Baltimore Ravens.
Hey, what do you smell?
The Bills start Jets, Giants, Bengals.
I think that's, was it at New York, right?
At New York.
Jets.
Hell.
But they half of their team's fucking missing. Their tight end, their fucking 2 linebackers. They got a lot of people out.
The left tackle.
All I know, whenever I look at my team, I look.
All right, I'll give you the Jet game. Hold on, I'll give you the Jet game. But the Giants and Bengals, you don't think they're going to beat them?
Yeah, they're going to.
They're going to wax those cheeks.
Because those are the 2 worst teams in fucking football, aside from Miami.
Let's argue.
Hey, Miami.
Besides who the
Miami
Bills
can pull
play
6 wins out of their ass.
Yeah, I mean, I counted it. That's automatic 4 wins.
Automatic 4 wins. I think we take one from New England this year.
You could. You absolutely could.
Okay,
I think it is too.
What weeks do y'all play? Y'all finish against New England?
What?
What's your week 17 game?
Jets and Buffalo.
Okay, yeah, then that's the only way that you would. That's the only way you would split with New England if they was resting their starters in week 17. Fuck that, y'all are going on too.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
Let's be completely honest here. It's
Bills
still preseason.
3-0 with the Patriots coming to Buffalo wouldn't be such a easy task for New England.
Why wouldn't it? It's 3 easy W's to start out with. What did the Dolphins start last year? 3-0, right? What did they fucking finish? They fucking suck. That might be all this is.
Okay, so do you think the Bills could beat the Titans? They beat them last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, add another win on. Eagles, I have as a loss. Redskins, I have as a win.
Wait,
Is it in Washington?
L, it's in Buffalo.
Ooh, it's hard to win in Buffalo.
Do you have the Bills beat the Cowboys?
I don't.
Okay.
I have them beating the Ravens, though. It's in Buffalo.
Ooh.
No.
No.
That's gonna piss off Ryan.
Slash SpaghettiOs and say something.
I think we win by 6 there.
I think the Bills' defense has their way with Lamar Jackson, to be honest. The Bills are a fast-moving, athletic defense. They're built to stop Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Well, then what are the Ravens? Elite secondary, lots of blitzing against a sophomore quarterback, same ordeal.
I have a question for everybody here.
But in Buffalo, that's why I give it to the Bills.
That's tough.
As Ryan said earlier, we are hyping up
And
the
that's in
Browns.
December. That's going to be a snow game.
The Bills haven't even shown that they're fucking worth even thinking that they'll win.
The last 5
And
game
yeah, you have
stretch
the
of last
Colts going
season,
8-8.
the last 5 game stretch of last season, Josh Allen was not only the best amongst rookie quarterbacks, he was amongst the best in the league.
Ooh, wasn't Darnold really good?
No, in the last 5 games, Allen was better than Darnold.
I like
That
that.
last 5 game stretch from Allen's injury to the
I
rest
just don't
of the
think
season.
Allen has the wide receivers.
Yeah, and
They improved at wide receiver. That's the thing.
Yeah,
in
improving
2011,
and
McVay was
it's
the
one
best
thing, but it's not
quarterback
there.
at the end of the season. Who the fuck cares?
Let's say for instance, though.
Holy shit.
For instance. You have to look at the game plan Buffalo's going to have. They got offensive protection now, and they're going to look to stretch the field with John Brown, Zay Jones, Isaiah McKenzie, the speedsters.
Now you finally have a guy that Allen can throw the ball 1,000,000 yards to. That's nice.
Yeah, but not accurately. Not to save his life.
Well, no, actually, his deep ball was great last year.
His deep ball, solid, but I mean,
He made Robert Foster look like a number one receiver.
I'd like Foster.
I like Robert Foster.
Foster might not even make the roster.
Really?
I like Foster and Jones.
Huh.
He might not even make the team. This kid Duke Williams might take his job.
Oh yeah, he's shown out in preseason.
I'm not even gonna watch football this year.
Yeah, you are.
But I know
Yeah,
that they're
you
gonna finish.
Yeah, you
They're
are
gonna
under the
finish better than
under the
Buffalo.
declaration of the contract
But
that Rachel has.
there's no truth into what you're saying. There's nothing about it. The Bills. Without Andrew Luck, the Colts just don't. They're missing their biggest piece.
Hold on. Last season we had a whole new offense. Most of our plays we didn't even throw more than 15 yards. Luck, when needed to, we did.
You also went what 0-4, 0-5 in the beginning.
Was it 1-5?
1-5.
1-5. Okay.
I would have had
All
a
right.
terrible
Let's say you
loss at
start a
Jackson.
season like that. Let's say you start a season like that again this year. You think Jacoby Brissett's bringing you back to win those games? You're out of your fucking mind.
No, but now we got the formula that we figured out.
Oh, the formula that makes Andrew Luck not make a difference? I'd love to have some of that potion. I'd go to the Super Bowl.
Andrew Luck is the difference from 13-3 to 2-14. But I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say I think we can't win 10 games. I think we can win 10 games. I think we can
I
win.
think you for yourself and everybody when you say that. I do.
All those 10 games.
I like the optimism, and that's what the Colts need right now is optimistic fans.
That's true.
No, the Colts fucking suck. You know what I'm excited?
The only shot you got is Chad Kelly, baby. Chad Kelly's your only hope.
Swag Kelly. Yo.
Swag Kelly is your only hope.
What I'm
You better hope
expecting.
you get some Buffalo Bill magic out of him. You better hope so.
Help me, Chad Kelly, your only hope.
6-10.
Star Wars.
When I look at the team as a whole,
If I was you, I'd be looking for fucking 0-16 and get you a new quarterback. That's what I'd be thinking.
Yeah, this upcoming draft class. Shit,
No,
go out there and win, Stone Cold.
That's not true. Fromm is going to make a good NFL quarterback.
Herbert too.
Ooh, I don't like Fromm.
Herbert too.
I like Fromm. I like Fromm and Herbert for this offense.
What
What
about
Tua?
the kid from Clemson if he comes out?
Trevor Lawrence isn't coming out until next year.
Fuck him.
You don't think Trevor Lawrence might come out? At
Trevor
the end of the
Lawrence is
season?
a true freshman. If he was a
He
redshirt
can't.
freshman, it'd be otherwise.
Illegally, whatever the fuck you would call it, he cannot.
Wait, he could come out as a junior.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, you have to have
was
3
next year.
years.
He has to have 3 years. He was a
Be
redshirt.
He
21.
played last
Or not
year,
redshirt. He
right?
was a true sophomore. He was a true freshman.
Yeah, true freshman.
Okay, this would be a sophomore year this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have
At the
3
end of
years.
this year, he can go.
No.
Tremaine Edmonds did it. Tremaine Edmonds went in as a junior.
You have to
He
be
was over
3 years.
21.
You have to have
Listen,
a redshirt year. Like Winston came in as a redshirt sophomore.
All right.
Listen, you have to be 3 years removed from high school. That's all I know. And this is
Yeah.
going to be a second year away.
All right.
Oh, it's nice chatting with all of you today.
Yes, it was.
What
I'm-
if Trevor
Hey,
Lawrence?
Splash.
What if Trevor
What's
Lawrence
that?
decides to play in the XFL and drop out of college?
God damn it, Rich.
Why would he do that? He has a guaranteed ring this year if he plays halfway decent.
Yeah,
Who,
maybe
Tua?
he wants his money.
Mm-mm. Who doesn't?
Okay, what's up, Jason?
Do what?
I thought you wanted me for something.
Yeah, grab a girl real quick. Let's have a chat with her real quick. I want to
Yeah.
boost you up, man.
I am all alone in this storm.
I
I
want to boost
don't know about
up,
you
man.
guys.
Come on.
It's a fun show today, but I'm gonna end it there before Kyle loses his mind any further.
I'm gonna blow a fucking gas.
That's what I said before. That's what I said before. I'm gonna end the podcast there before Kyle blows a fucking gasket. Guys, it's been fun today.
Yes, sir.
I have that bet written and it's on my bulletin board. And
Yes,
I will remember
post it on U Stadium. Post it on U Stadium while you're
Going
at
on
it.
U Stadium.
Post it on U
Oh,
Stadium.
maybe I should. I look like chicken scratch.
It's fine. See you guys later.